Yo! Welcome back, trainers and collectors. It is your favorite Poke Plumber. Ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend was Collecticon, and I picked up some of my craziest grails, and I finally completed the secret rares from the XY era. So, starting at number 1, I picked up the Evital EX from the Trainers Premium Collection. Guys, this is, I think, a Pop 108. So really excited to add this bad boy. I sold this years ago, and I'm really thrilled to have this back in the collection. And last but not least, this absolutely epic grail. I believe the pop is a little below 130, and we picked up the Shaman EX. It has an awesome, stunning Rayquaza in the background, and this card's texture, next to none. Absolutely gorgeous. Really grateful to pick these up because you just never see these cards pop up on the market. And when they are side by side, I don't think it gets better than this. Two beautiful PSA 10s. And I'll be honest, guys, this one, if we were to recrack it and resub it, would not get a 10. This one would absolutely have a chance. Huge shout out to my plumbing brother, Angel. We finally have these back. Boom! Welcome back, trainers and collectors. It is your favorite Poke Plumber, flushing out the latest news and hobby updates. Whether it's breaking leaks, rare finds, or market trends, I got the tools to keep your collection growing and your profits flowing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Happy Monday. We have a killer episode today. We have so much to talk about. Whether it's what's going on with the market, what's happening, what happened at Collecticon, what the big people are saying, and what's going on in the back of their head. We have to talk about the 30th anniversary. We have to talk about GameScalp. Shout out to GameScalp. I mean, we have so many things to talk about on this list today. But before we get into that, we have to do our giveaways. We were giving away a Celebrations collection box. So congratulations to the one and only JB Rebeza 18. Shout out to JB. All you have to do is shoot me a message on Instagram or email me and claim your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-part giveaway, and it was coincidence. So I want to give Josh a huge shout out. He also gave me an Ascended ETB. I broke it out, and then I gave the packs away at the show. And he also gave me this Bulbasaur PSA 10 to give you guys. And then I was leaving the show today, and shout out to Anthony, PokePlug New York. He gave me another Bulbasaur, but in English. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be giving one lucky winner 2 PSA 10s, 1 Japanese, 1 English to start your collection. I threw on the graded cards. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification. Say it with me now. And your chance to win these 2 pretty cool slabs. If it's free, it's for me. I mean, I love Bulbasaur. I have a bunch of the stamped ones, so I think they look cool with the cards. I threw them on for you guys. So good luck. And yeah, I mean, we have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. You know, I know where to start. So I met so many of you guys this weekend, and it was incredible. And it kept seeming like the common theme or where people were showing me their XY. Mike bought a whole bunch of XY booster boxes. Another guy bought a Roaring Skies Ancient Origin booster box. My buddy Ari bought Furious Fist XY base and then a Blastoise PSA 10. And anyone I was talking to, it seemed like a lot of people were moving towards XY. And that's pretty cool. You know, like I love XY. XY is one of my favorite eras, very nostalgic to me. And I'm walking around and I can't find any XY. And I'm like, is it really because I talked about it so much? And it was just funny going around looking for XY. I did find some. I ended up with like let me know if you guys want me to do a separate video. I think this was the most money I ever spent at con because the deals were plentiful, right? Plentiful. And people were giving me good deals. I ended up picking up a Roaring Skies box, 2 more Face Collide boxes, some XY cards. But what I realized is there were so many people selling at this show. I feel like 90% of the people that went to the show, their main goal was to sell. And I was talking to a couple of the bigger guys, and they were like, Nick, honestly, like I'm slowing down with my buying unless it's a good percentage, right? Like I'm not just buying everything. And then I was talking to my other buddy, Brian, And he was like, Nick, he's like, my numbers of when I was selling weren't what they usually are. He's like, yes, it's a slow month. It's a slowdown. So my one buddy, Sam, K&M Collectibles, his partner is Parker, right? CardLink. So I went up to them and, they're buying slabs for a certain company. And I said, how come you're working with this company out now? What happened to the other company or the other company? And right now they put a halt to buying their slabs from shows, right? And it's not just like they're putting a halt Sunday. No, they're not buying Saturday either, right? They have these other companies aren't buying. And we talked about this. We said once the big slab companies with the mystery packs and all that stuff stop buying, that it's going to become an issue and it's going to, affect the market in a way. And a lot of people, I was trying to buy a slab from somebody and they were like, well, I'll just go over there and I'll sell it to them at 90% of the card ladder number. And I was like, dude, I got news for you. I said, they're not doing that anymore. They're not even looking at the comps. They're giving less of a percentage than they were if they are buying, because they're no longer doing it with the company that was paying, 92%, 90%. So what it seemed to me is that this could be the beginning of things changing and not everybody just being able to buy any slab and then sell it right away. And that's going to create a ripple in the market. There's also a lot of people that are, they're buying aggressively and then they're trying to flip it and they're like, holy shit, why can't I flip this right away? And it's creating a little bit of like they're seeing these prices go down and down and down, especially with the slabs. Like that hoopah that I bought for my son's birthday, at one point that was a $4,000 card, and 2 months later it's $2,400, and it's because it was pumped and pumped and pumped. And thank goodness I got it for a fair price, because if I paid that market high, I'd be down 100% on that slab, right? If it goes from 2,000 or 4,000 to 2,000, I'm literally cut in half, right? 50%. So it's just crazy seeing how, some of these slabs are volatile. But then you have other people in this hobby that are like, well, your certain slabs are so expensive right now, so booster boxes are too cheap. If this card is going to be an $8,000 card in a PSA 10, but you can buy a breakthrough box anywhere from, 3K to 3,800. I'm just throwing numbers. You might be able to get them lower than that. But why are the boxes so cheap if the slabs are so expensive? And that's the logic that our people are starting to use in a way, right? Like it's just everybody's scattered right now. You have people thinking that slabs are going to go straight up, that right now it's just a summer lull, and don't worry, when the 30th comes, we're going to be able to get all-time highs again. Then you have the people that are bugging out like, I need to go to this guy, I got to sell it. Oh, he won't pay me 90%. I'll go to this guy, try to get 90%. I can't get 90% from him, so screw it, I'll take a loss, and at least I'm getting something and not losing all my money, so I'll sell at 80%. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of mixed emotions at this at Collecticon. Believe me, all I did was talk to people and meet people and ask their experience. What are you seeing? What's happening on your end? Some of the biggest vendors at the show, I was asking them, and we are very split right now. Very split. Some people are bugging out. Some people are enjoying it. Some people are buying up everything. So, and then there's other people waiting saying, oh, it's going to crash more. I'm going to wait until this tanks even more. So it was just very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. I mean, I'm personally going to tell you guys what I did. I had like a list of things I wanted. And I went around and I purchased, I completed the XY full arts I wanted. I completed the secret rares I wanted. And I picked up some XY boxes. And I even picked up some cool sun and moon slabs, right? Like, guys, I think these cards are, still... Oh, here you have the Lugia from Lost Thunder. Here you have an Umbreon from Sun and Moon Base. And then here you have a Sylveon, a Sylveon from Guardians Rising. So I'm still picking up these full arts that are nice and cheap. I just believe in full arts. I like the full arts. They're not super expensive, especially when it's Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield era. I even picked up like a Mew full art from Fusion Strike, and it was only like $200 something in a PSA 10. So I'm not going crazy for, I'm not buying a million grails. Like I bought those 2 grails, I was happy with it, and I kept it moving. And I said, okay, let me get some sealed, let me get some tins. So I had a pretty good buying show. And then I was dealing with this one guy that I usually deal with. He's an older gentleman. Shout out to Mark. And Mark, I saw him carrying a huge box, and it was full of Celebrations ETBs. And I said, Mark, I said, what are you doing with all those? And he's like, well, I made a deal with someone. They were going to buy them all. And then they said, I'm not comfortable with the market. I don't have enough money right now. I didn't sell enough. And I said, okay. He's like, you want to go to my truck? He's like, I have a bunch of stuff that people don't want. Maybe we can make a deal. So I go to Mark's truck, and he has, it was like 9 Celebrations ETBs. And I said, Mark, I said, what was that guy going to pay? And he had some Crown Zenith too. And he gave me a fair deal. I'll be honest with you guys, I paid $315 in ETB for Celebrations. And I bought all of those. Then I bought the rest of his Cosmic Eclipse packs. I bought a Crown Zenith ETB. I bought a collection box, like the Duskmane Necrozama. I bought that box. So him and I made a pretty big deal just like that, right? And I capitalized where somebody backed out of, right? And I thought that was a phenomenal deal, especially with Celebrations. And I said to Mark, I said, you know, this is probably the worst time to sell Celebrations. Like when the 30th comes out, Celebrations is probably going to hit its all-time high from when this happens. He's like, yeah. He's like, but I have a bunch. I just want to get rid of these. And I said, fair enough. I said, I'm just giving you fair warning. And we made the deal happen. So I was only buying if the deal made sense for me, right? Most of the time I wasn't paying 90%. I believe I picked up a Fates Collide box from Derek, and I paid around 26 for one. And before that I paid a little bit more expensive for one. So there's still really good deals out there. And it's like, everyone's like, well, if you think it's going to crash or it's going to go down, guys, it's just what I've always done. I buy on the way down, I buy on the way up, and then I always DCA. So then that's where I always feel comfortable. It's fascinating to see how fantastic these buying opportunities are right now. When it comes to the sealed, that's where I did the best. When it comes to the slabs, I had to pay a little bit stronger. And, you know, because like with that one shaming card, people were like, oh, it's going to be a 20K card in no time. And like everybody was saying that. And thank goodness I got it for substantially less than that. But that's where everybody's head is at right now when it comes to the slab market. You have so many people that are still projecting tomorrow's price. And those are the people that are going to get hurt the most. I know I'm saying a million things, you know, a minute, but this is just, I have to get this out because this is what's going through my head. Nobody cares about, you know, the Sword and Shield full art. Nobody cares about, you know, certain things. Everyone flip-flops. So that's why I said there's really good slabs out there that you can get at an affordable price. And I was talking to someone and they're like, well, I'm only buying this and I'm buying this when I can afford it. And I said, listen, bro, I said, motion is still, slow motion is still motion, right? Slow motion is still motion. And that's a beautiful thing. Like you are still moving, you're still grooving at your own pace. There is no rush, right? I have to give credit. That wasn't me. Someone gave that to me, but I thought that was fantastic, fantastic. So that's pretty much how this hobby has always been for me. In the beginning, I was moving nice and slow. Slow motion has motion. You end up achieving your goals and going on that journey, right? As long as you put one foot in front of the other. So don't rush, move at your own pace. And it was just so fun talking to so many people that watch the channel. I can't believe how many people came up to me. It was like insane, the most I've ever had in my life. So it was really, really cool, and I appreciate you guys for stopping by. People are like, I didn't want to annoy you. You're not annoying me. This is what it's about, right? Making those connections, talking, and just shooting the crap about the hobby. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. GameStop, we have to talk about this. So GameStop, it looks like they adjusted all their prices, right? The UPC prices dropped from 600 to 400, which is still higher. They dropped their ETBs from like, what was it, 140 or 130 to 100. And the rumor on the street, I don't think it's a rumor. Nintendo called GameStop and they basically threatened to take their allocation away and said, listen, if you don't drop these prices, we're going to take this away. And Pokesun, shout out to Lee-sun, she sent me a thing that like Nintendo said about like what they're trying to do to avoid scalping and all this. So it looks like Pokemon is finally putting effort to change things and saying, hey, threatening the bigger guys, you're going to charge this price instead of marking everything up. And then you're going to have, you know, but those stores are saying, well, then if we don't scalp it, then the other people are going to scalp it. So it's just like, you're either going to lose the bots, it's going to be chaos. But I guess it's a step in the right direction. I really have to read everything she sent me, and then I can go deeper into that. I just didn't get to read everything quite yet because it was a very busy weekend. But anyways, so that is a good step in the right direction. As far as the 30th anniversary celebrations, guys, it's all right. You take generations, you take celebrations, you fusion, and you fuse them together, and you get the 30th anniversary. There is so much originality in the set, just like Generations. Then you have so many awesome classic collection cards. I was going over it, like it has a beautiful Mew, has a beautiful Mewtwo, and not the like night and day cards like we've seen. These are your SIRs. A Salamence SIR, a Sylveon's SIR, a Gengar SIR. Guys, this set, it's always the best set, right? Destined Rivals or Prismatic Evolutions was the best set. Destined Rivals was the best set. Ascended Heroes was the best set. And like, this is another best set. Like on that level, on that tier of Prismatic, Ascended. So this set is just well done Pokemon. Holy shit. If you wanted to create FOMO, you guys nailed it with this one. Just from what I'm seeing, this is a 10 out of 10 set. I know people aren't the biggest fan of the little 30th stamp. It's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. I get it, but like, just get that out of your head. This set from top to bottom with the classic collection, with all these other SIRs, it is a pleasant surprise. Like, we were excited about the Espeon promo. We were excited about the Umbreon promo. After seeing these SIRs, it's like, yep, I need to break my record of buying cases, and I need to get as many as I can afford, right? I want to open a freaking, I'm not going to say it because people take it serious, but I want to open like as much as I can with my kids. I want to open as many as I can on the channel. I want to open as many as I can, you know, going to my friend's house and streaming with them. Like, this set is going to be generational. I am so pumped. I'm so excited. And that's how everyone's mindset is right now. Pitch Black, I forgot, like I did pre-order cases from the Pokehive, but it sucks. I didn't even see them. I got so sick on not sick. I got the worst headache on Saturday, right? I wanted to go see him. I wanted to go to Ryan's. I had so much I was trying to do, and I got the worst headache. And I ended up going home on Saturday, and I literally sat on the couch. I ate real quick. I put something in my stomach because I didn't eat all day. And I ate, and I sat on the couch, and I fell asleep from like 6 to like 11 o'clock at night. I woke up, the McGregor fight was on for 10 seconds, and I literally showered, passed back out, and then I woke up at 8:30 to go back to con. Like, I was destroyed after Saturday. But anyways, Celebrations, the 30th, it's just a grand slam. They killed it. They nailed it. Best anniversary set. Maybe one of the best sets ever created. And I'm going to go there. That's how fantastic the arts are. It's like you're creating hype, but the hype is there. But everyone I talk to, it's sounding more and more like everybody's allocations are insane. Like, big allocations. I really think they outdid themselves with this huge print run for Celebrations. But like, of course, you're going to have people being like, oh, my numbers are low, and then create a little bit more FOMO because they're salesmen. But guys, I really don't think we should be panicking. We should be getting nervous and thinking like there's not enough out there. Guys, they did well. They did well. But with Pitch Black coming out on the 17th of July, I think a lot of people are passing. I offered a couple people really good prices for cases. Just because I got hooked up with some extra cases and the prices were really fair, and people are passing on it. They're like, I don't want it. I want to put my money in 30th, right? I don't want it. And it seems like people are excited for, you know, Delta Rain for the Japanese set. So those are selling at like $150, $160 a box. I advise against that. But that's how it is. People are shifting focus. They're becoming a little more smart. No one cares about Pitch Black, but I'm still going to get some, set it and forget it, open some of my kids. That's what I do. But I don't know. The slowdown right now is good, right? Like, in my head, like what I think is going to happen is I think we're going to continue to be nice and slow. Wait until the 30th. Everything's going to go crazy for a month or two. And then I think in like December, I think it's going to get pretty slow. I think you're going to have a chance to sell at higher prices in the next couple months, but I do think it's dipping down. It'll shoot up around generation or celebrations. And then I don't know, maybe we ride into the sunset and things get bad. Like I was talking to some of the biggest whatnot streamers and they told me that they're done buying vintage for now because the prices aren't affordable. He's like, what do I have to do? I have to buy this box for over 30 grand and I have to charge my people over $1,000 a pack. And I pull the best hit in the third pack and then it just sits there and I'm out, 25 grand. Like people are fed up with the higher prices on a lot of these vintage items. And that's just what's going. But then you have some other big whales that don't give a crap. So it's just like everyone is battling that inner demon, going left or right. They don't know what to do. So it's just like we slow down, we stay in the moment, we don't rush, and we don't over leverage. Like we always say, it's so simple, but it's exciting to see. I was excited to buy things at fair prices, fair prices. And, I did want to say this. Because I was talking to this younger kid, Dex. Yeah, he's a younger kid. I'm no disrespect with calling him a kid, but he's young. Like, I'm old. He's a young kid. And I think he said he was 18. And he's got big money in the hobby. And we were talking about this Mewtwo right here, this beautiful Mewtwo. And he was like, yeah, I was opening that with my kid when I was a kid. Like, that's my set. XY era is my nostalgia. And I'm thinking, all right, he's 18. He's got bigger money, so he's buying these cards up. And I said, yeah, but it's like, for my generation, it took us to when we were 30 where we could go back and start buying stuff, for late 20s. But now when you have these guys coming up, I'm telling you, XY is going to move. When these guys start getting real jobs, creating real money, I don't think we've seen anything yet when it comes to XY. Pops are low. The boxes are drying up. I'm telling you, XY will boom. Sword and Shield is nice and flat right now. Brilliant dropped a little bit. Silver's flatlined. Fusion flatlined. Evolving Skies is just like a screaming buy. It's dropped a little bit. Been flat. Like, those 2 errors are just screaming buys. Like the Sun and Moon stuff, it was really shield. The alt arts were super shield. That's why I'm focusing on the full arts. But even with like a Unified Minds box, even with like Cosmic box, Lost Thunder, Ultra Prism, Forbidden Light, like Forbidden Light, if you like full arts, it's set for you. Like Sun and Moon is still opportunity, guys. And I mean, who knows? They could keep dipping. We could see another 10% dip, another 20% dip. And I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's just like the land of opportunity right now. And I'm not bugging out because like I always tell you guys, this is why it's so important to care about the hobby. Because if you don't have that nostalgia, if you don't have that emotion, and this stuff gets cut in half, you're going to be sick to your stomach. Right? Yeah, it might bother you anyways, but it's like, okay, at least it's a cool card that I love, I adore. It's a set that I opened when I was a kid. I love and I adore it, right? It's a way easier to wait for things to go back up. Because I'm telling you, the amount of people that did panic sell this weekend, and I saw them and they're like, oh, I was in that card for $5,000, and now I'm selling for $35,000, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, that card was like $800, and then it went to $5,000. Like, I see it as still as an $800 card. But that's what happens when these new people come in, they have money and they just want to spend and they don't do the research. So that's why I always tell you guys, do research, listen to what I'm saying, listen to what other channels are saying. There's so much to learn out there. I do want to say this though, with this summer lull, Ascended Heroes, wait until those bundles come out because guys, we saw the reprint of Destined Rival ETBs and those ETBs just went from $300 to $150. I'm curious to see, because not everybody has the ETBs in yet, but I am curious to see that when everybody has these ETBs, how much more Destined Rivals is going to be, right? I'm not sure exactly what like the allocation was yet. I have to ask a couple people, but like, guys, Destined Rivals DTPs, prices are cut in half. It might drop another, 10, 20%. Maybe we'll see $110 ETBs, $120 ETBs. Who knows? But yeah, then I would start paying attention to some Destined Rivals. Wait for all this Ascended product to come out. If they drop to $8.50, $8 a pack, maybe even $9, like when prices drop, people get nervous. But like, there's opportunity every which way you look right now. Every which way. And heck, it could get worse. And then you have more opportunity. But like, this is how you get so far ahead. right? When, let's say that Destin really does drop to, let's say, screw it, 110 to ETB. That price is still high to me, right? These ETBs, 110 for a main set, like that's crazy to me, but it's still like they were $300. If they're 110, $120, like what are you waiting for? Pitch Black is like a $50, $60 Pitch Black. Perfect Order, $50, $60 ETB. Chaos Rising, you know, $60, $70, $80 ETB. It's like, what are you waiting for? We have the stuff to buy now. And I think that's the issue too, is when they do buy those ETBs, like a Chaos Rising, a Perfect Order, like you're going to have to wait way longer. So yeah, maybe shift the focus to Destin Rivals, pay attention to Prismatic Evolutions. SPCs are dirt cheap. So like I'm giving you a whole bunch of ideas. I don't even have the money to buy every one of these things right now. But that's why you buy like slow and steady here and there. But those are every one of those items I just listed have so much opportunity. So much opportunity. Like this is the moment we were waiting for. Roaring Skies. Picked up that. That's solid. I got it for a great deal. Shout out to Carrington. Shout out to Carrington. Like Fates Collide in the $2,000 range for a box that's 11, 12 years old. Like this card, the Alakazam, the secret rare Alakazam from Fates Collide, just like doubled in like a month. I bought it a month ago and it's doubled now. But then you have other slabs getting smoked. Like the market doesn't even know the market. It is just so all over the place right now. It's absolutely chaos. It's hectic. This is up. This is down. This is up. I don't know what to do. And you want to know why everything's so messed up and up and down, up and down? Because you have so much stuff that's manipulated. Some of it sticks. Some of it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it freaking drops down. Just like the Hoopa. They manipulate it and it goes boom, boom. And then people are like, oh, the Alakazam is cool, so that sticks. It's just like everything is manipulated. Some things stick, some things don't. Man, but I'll tell you one thing. That summer lull, buying things on eBay, sitting there and just watching the auctions. And like I think that's the move. I was saying to my buddy at the show, I was like, because I was walking around, there's a lot of people that didn't want to sell things, which is understandable. It's their stuff. But I'm looking and I'm like, I could buy that on eBay right now for a fraction of the price at the show, right? Listen, if you're still here, say still here, because I'm going to drop a couple things. So you can buy, like I was walking around the show looking at prices, listening to vendors, and I just went to eBay and it's cheaper on eBay. And then I was talking to a couple vendors and he's like, I could have just sat home, sold on Instagram, sold on eBay, and made more than buying this table at Collecticon. Make more than, you know, because some people have to travel. They're spending all this money. Now the tables, people are scalping them for $1,400, $1,500 at Collecticon, which you used to not be able to do. You'd get kicked out of the show. But like, after all said and done, you're spending like $2 to $4 grand on, you know, board, food, you know, table. Like some people are making more money just sitting at home, listing it on Instagram, listing on eBay. And a lot of these vendors are figuring that out and saying like, maybe it's not worth it to go to Collecticon. And now these buyers are saying, oh, maybe I'll just buy on eBay because I can buy it less than that guy. Like, I felt like a lot of these people at con that are still in denial, it's like show and tell, like, oh, that was my PC, but like I have it in my table and I kind of want to sell it if I get my number. Like, it's like, dude, is this show and tell or are you here to vend and make money? And I feel like so many collectors, because back then, like, yeah, everybody has nostalgia for the hobby, but like back then you would deal with people like they wanted to sell, they're running a business, they want to sell their stuff and make money and be on their way. But now everybody became a vendor because they want to buy at a percentage and then they want to sell at 110%. And when you have so much of that, it feels like you can go to 9 out of 10 tables and they don't want to sell. And that's why it's like you have to create these relationships, learn who the good vendors are, learn who the fair vendors are, and that's how you do well. And, you know, buy. It's trial and error. When I go up to a table and I'm looking at their sticker, and their sticker is, you know, $800 more than last sold, and then they start with the lowest listed price, guys, I just walk away. I don't walk away. I did say it in a nice manner, but when they're like, lowest listed is this, but if last sale's $1,000 cheaper than the lowest listed, buddy. So it's just trial and error. You'll figure out your people, and once you create those relationships, it makes buying and selling so much easier. Longer episode today. I have so much more I can keep going in on. I don't even know how long I've been recording for. It's probably been a little bit, huh? Slow motion still got motion, baby. I love that. I love that. And yeah, I have that in like bold writing. Are you here to sell or are you here to show and tell? Because that's just what it felt like. Just felt what it felt like. But overall, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Made a lot of deals. And just kept it moving. Kept it moving. Let me know what you guys are, like, out of everything in this bear market, are you waiting for the 30th? Or are there certain items that you're buying? Are you buying XY? Are you buying Sword and Shield? Are you buying Scarlet and Violet? Heck, are you buying Mega? I'm curious what you guys are doing. Like, seriously, I want to know right now, what are you buying in this little lull that we have right now? And I'm curious if you think it's going to get worse or if you think this is just a summer lull and it's going to go absolutely nuclear when the 30th comes out. But as always, for your favorite segment of the day, Pokemon pronunciation of the day. Crazy, right? Like, just crazy. But like, one more time. Like, this is a huge goal, man. Like, these things are just absolutely stunning. Stunning. Man, I'm freaking love them. I love them. I really do. I'm just grateful, man. I'm really happy to complete every secret. Like, do you think the secrets, some of them are really low pops. Do you think one day people will look at them at like as like the call legends, like shinies? Like, will it be on that level? Will people like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just curious. Will they each like fine wine when those XY kids grow up and they want them? Like, I don't know. Here you go. Quiladine. Quiladine. They strengthen their lower bodies by running into one another. They are very kind and won't start fights. They do. Him and Pancham definitely went at it. Quiladine. 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 Like, comment, subscribe. You guys really are the very best. You know what? I'll show you a couple like collection boxes I have on hand that I bought at the show. Because as always, like, I know the people that are here are the true gangsters. I don't know. So this is a Duskmane Necrozma. Maybe I should do that one. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So this comes with 2 Forbidden Light. So when Forbidden Light came out, this was like the newest collection box. And it has a Breakthrough, Ancient Origins, and then a Crimson Invasion, right? But you not only have the Duskmane Necrozma, but then you also have the Dawn Wings Necrozma, and it's the same pack selection, but look how cool that figure is. So I picked up a couple of those. You can't even find them on eBay. I like, they didn't print that much. I grabbed a couple of these. I picked up the Latias pin box. I picked up the Latios pin box, Dragon Majesty. So those are pretty sick. I also grabbed another one of these. This is one of my favorite collection boxes, one of the most nostalgic collection boxes to me. I can't even tell you how many of these I opened. But this is the Mega Latios collection box. It has a Phantom Forces, 2 Roaring Skies, a Primal Clash, an awesome promo, and of course the Mega Latios figure. And then, what else do I have in here? Did I bring it? Of course, you know me. I had to pick up another one of these. The Arceus V. But this one had like a little, like a little case on it. You see that little like case on it? So I had to grab it because I just wanted the case on it. And then last but not least, we picked up a couple of these tins. So here we have the Volcanion tin, Volcanion EX, and then we have the Hoenn, what is this? The Legend of Hoenn Arise. And this has a really cool pack selection. There is Phantom Forces in there. And then, I mean, I just want to cover like the certs on this. I hear like weird stories that people like try to like cancel the search or something, but I'm not a fan of that. And then last but not least, see, there's so much more, but like I think I'm gonna make a whole video on that. And last but not least, for now at least, the secret rare Mewtwo. And then I'll go over all the secret rares with you guys, but it's really cool, man. I had such a blast. I'm telling you, guys, there is so much opportunity right now. And just, like I said, don't over leverage, but just grab these things that you just never thought were gonna dip. Like, these are the opportunities. If you wanted any Sword and Shield, they're lower than what they were. Breakpoint is lower. Fates Collide is lower. Some of these full arts are dropping in price. These alt arts, the modern alt arts for Sword and Shield, everyone's terrified of them. The SIRs from Ascended, they're tanking right now. So I wouldn't even go near them yet because like PSA still has so many of those cards and they're going to release more and more. But all these cards are dropping and this is what we've been begging for. Begging for. And who knows, yes, they can drop 20, 30% more, but take advantage. And if you're still here, put in hashtag take advantage. Yeah, we're throwing it back, baby, to like 2013, 14. Hashtag take advantage. Guys, I love you. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification. I love you guys. I'm out.